Hello and good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday. We've made it halfway through the week. We're going to continue playing Shadows of War. I've been super enjoying this game. I haven't played it since we last played it because I'm trying to play it mostly on stream. So, we're going to continue breaking down some orcs. We need to gain some wrath. I forget what we're even doing on our mission, so let's double check what we're doing here. We need to go fast traveling, some sort of door. I think we need to go up there. That's where we need to go. So we need to go up there. We need to destroy a few orcs, the usual. So good morning and happy Wednesday to you all. I'm so glad you all are here. I hope you're having a good day. I am having a good day. Emmy and I have been talking more about going to Italy, and I think we've got it mostly figured out. It's got a big cost associated with it, so right now it's just figuring out how much do we actually want to pay on this vacation, and that's going to be a tough question, right? Like, I was talking to P. Tony's chat about it, how, like, I got a little bit of that Catholic guilt of, like, how much money can I realistically spend on a vacation? Good morning, KFC. You're the first one here. How's it going this morning? Oh, I got the wrong guy. I meant to take this guy out. We're also going to play with the photo mode today when we get a chance to. Very excited to play with the photo mode. I don't really know how to hurt these guys. They keep deflecting all my blows, so is it just really just hit them with arrows? Is that really like the play here? Don't feel like washing dishes. I do not understand that. I was never I was a dishwasher professionally, so maybe that affects it, but I have found some zenness in washing dishes, so I enjoy washing my dishes every morning now. I just found such like a zen-like peace in washing dishes and having to do those chores, so I have overcome that want to not do that, but I understand why you wouldn't. But if you can, once you get a certain flow of it, it feels good, you're getting something done, and it feels right. I've become a lover of washing dishes. If I could do any job in the world, like if we had one of those situations where money just doesn't matter, no matter what job you did, you would earn the same amount of money, whether you were a doctor, whether you were a dishwasher, whether you were a waiter, if every job was exactly the same, I think that dishwashing might even be up on my list of jobs. Because, like, you put in some headphones, you just have a large stack of dirty dishes, and you just get to work on it, right? Like, you just sit there. It doesn't matter how hard or how fast you work, there will always be more dishes. Your hands are nice and warm. You're moving around constantly. You're on your feet. Like, I think I could do that. Sadly, dishwashing does not pay the bills, so I don't think I could realistically actually do it for a living, but I do enjoy it. I do miss being a dishwasher. I was a dishwasher at Roth's grocery stores for quite a few years. It's different when you have to do it, like being asked just to get done stuff. Yeah, there is, I'm trying to remember what it's called, but there is a condition specifically for, like, if you want to do something and you go and do it, you enjoy doing it, but if someone tells you that you have to do it, now it becomes like a whole different thing, right? You're being forced to do something you don't want to do, so now you don't want to do it. And that is a very real phenomena. I can't remember what it's called, but you're not alone in that. There are a lot of people who feel that way, where if I just had to do it of my own free will, I'd love to do it, but the second you tell me I have to do it, now I don't want to do it. It's especially bad when you're already like, okay, I'm going to go wash the dishes because I'm going to, you know, I know this needs to get done and I'm going to do it, and then your mom comes in and says, hey, go wash those dishes, and now it's like, well, now you told me to, so now I don't want to. You're not alone in that struggle. Where do all these orcs keep coming from? Holy cow, there's so many of them. These darn archers keep breaking my flow state up there. Give me health. Thank you. Now I want to pick up the gems first. A warrior gem and a 7 penny something. Okay, let's do the quest now. I forget, are those big dudes, are those trolls? Is that thing technically a troll, or is that something else? Is that just like a mutated orc? What do they call the big guys? Oh, war trolls. Okay, there we go. Olag High. They're tough combatants. Stunned with a charge shot to the head or landing a counter. Follow up with a stun. Okay. I wonder... Okay, so the photo mode does work in the middle of executions. Let's play with the photo mode just for a second. See, if I give this a little tilt... This is... excuse me, Shadow of War is the second Lord of the Rings game. The sequel to Shadow of Mordor. So let's give it just a little roll for a little dramaticism. There we go. We want the enemies. Let's give it a little brightness, a little bit of contrast, and a little bit of that. Depth of field is good. Don't need a vignette. I assume we don't need a filter. Ew. What even are half of these filters? Actually, that one's not a bad filter. Ooh, you can do smokes. Okay, silhouettes, highlights. I like that. Comic book. That one doesn't look very good there. Oh, color. Okay, that's kind of cool. You can turn it into a coloring book and color it yourself. That's kind of a cool stylize. Etching, pixelate. I don't know why you would do that one, but okay. Ooh, stained glass. Okay, I kind of dig that one. Tai's back. Thank you. Welcome. KFC, you can really see the photographer in me. Thank you. I take that as a huge compliment. Okay, so there's some stylizations to do in here. Some cell shading, 3D. Okay. We can add some textures to it. Nothing great there. Don't need a frame. Interesting. You could do like a green screen backdrop. This is, yeah, Shadow of War sequel to Shadow of Mordor. Logo, stickers. Okay. We will definitely play with the photo mode when we get some cool shots here. That was not a good enough shot to be deserving of photo mode, so. Oh, that's a terrible way to go. Punched him in the gut and he just slumped over. I just Houdini'd that guy.
Gollum, why would you save me?
I wasn't talking to you, stupid ranger.
He is working for the
2:11 a.m. It is 5 a.m. where I'm at. So wow, you're actually 3 hours. You're so far ahead of me. You're 3 hours behind me. So does that mean is it Thursday where you're at technically? Like, is it Thursday, January 15th, all the way over there?
We share a common enemy in Sauron.
Some people really be out here living in the future.
Choose your allies. You don't.
Come, Red Master. Gollum will show you a Crixia path.
Could just be a few hours before.
That wasn't just a troll.
It could be, but
War trolls.
sometimes you can go so far ahead, yeah. So far ahead that you're in the future. How was your birthday? What'd you end up getting? What'd you end up doing for your birthday?
Nasty orcs. We keeps our distance so we don't get squished and crushed into bits.
Seeing Gollum makes me kind of want to go play the Lord of the Rings Gollum game. A part of me is like, there's no way it's as bad as I remember. There's no way. And then I remember, yeah, it was that bad. We don't need to go experience it again. We know it was that bad. Cake and a good dinner. That sounds wonderful. I miss cake. You're new here, Ty, so you don't know this, but I've been on a huge weight loss journey. I've lost almost 200 pounds, and I've cut out basically all sugar in my life. And one of those things is cake. I no longer eat cake, but I sure miss like a good German chocolate cake. You know, good smooth, silky chocolate and coconut. Oh, I miss it.
Stolen. He begged me to have it. And what of you, Tally?
That one and a good chocolate pudding pie. Although you can find sugar-free puddings, so I can kind of make a sugar-free pudding pie, but you can't make a sugar-free German chocolate cake.
Must be a way.
Same thing with cookies. Like a good, fresh, warm batch of chocolate chip cookies is just
For knowledge.
unbeatable, right? Like the gooey, chocolatey, good taste. It's just, there's nothing else in the world like it. Looking fresh today. Thank you. This is my favorite hat. I'm working on growing the beard. I tried trimming it up yesterday, getting rid of some of the stray hairs and getting it off the cheeks and making the sideburns a little bit better. So I tried. I'm not really great at beard styling yet, but we'll get there. Getting lazy with my workout. I've missed 2 days already. Gotta lock in, but school is so tiring. I feel that. Zero FF, good morning, hello.
And he will pass before Sauron is defeated.
This knowledge can guide
But it's
our
good,
path.
KFC. That is a good skill
Perhaps
to
if we do not
learn.
come to pass, she can be saved.
A good skill to learn is how to do things when you don't want to do them, because that is all of adult life.
Before speak to this assassin, we will lose.
You were here long ago? Well, welcome back. Glad to have you back.
You found impressive.
Because, like, I wake up, do this work, go wash dishes and chores, go to my actual work, and then in the middle of actual work, I have to do my workout because I don't have enough time after my workout to do anything else. So, life is a series of doing all the things you don't want to do. What game is this? This is Shadow of War. It is the second game in the Lord of the Rings that was Shadow of Mordor, and now it's Shadow of War. It came out in 2017, and if you haven't played it, I will dare to say this is one of the top I would say top five best games of all time. Like, no joke, it is one of the greatest games of all time to play. So if you haven't played it, it is totally worth going and buying. I would pay, even though it came out in 2017, I would pay full price for it right now. Like, I would still pay full price for this game. Luckily, you don't have to. Because it is so old, you can usually get the game for $5 or $10 on sale. So watch the Steam sales, and you will find a great sale on it. But it is totally worth it. I think you can find it on Steam sale for $5 or $10. Like, because it's so old, you can usually get it for pretty cheap.
Oh no, more guy flies. Save me.
The coolest part about this game, that if you really don't know the game, I'll describe the coolest part of this game. The thing that excuse me. The thing that makes this game so special is called the Nemesis mode. So in the game, there's a bunch of orc captains that you have to take out. And when you take them out, they are not dead permanently. They come back. But they come back with a vengeance against you. So depending on how you killed them, impacts on how they revive. So say you chop one of their arms off. When he comes back, he might have a metal arm instead. If you killed him with fire, he might rise above it and now he's immune to fire. Or maybe he'll have a fear of fire because that's how he died previously. So every time you take out an orc captain, slowly they change and become harder and harder to fight, and those experiences you have with them change who they are. And it has this really cool system that they remember fighting you and change every time. And like, if you look up from some of the videos, look up Breaking Orcs. This guy spends all day, he'll go up and shame the orc. So he'll fight them and then shame them in front of everyone, and eventually their minds will break. So they go from these really eloquent like fighters. This guy shamed this orc so many times that he just comes up to you and he screams at you like a rabid monkey because his mind is completely gone because he's been shamed so many times. So it's such a cool system. So if you play the game for nothing else, playing it for that system, again, top 5 best game ever made. Obi on your PC, welcome in. Thanks for joining us this morning.
The Easterlings, stranger even than the Haradrim of the South.
You also got, you can tell this game is a product of its time because every game that came out from like 2008 to 2020 had this Assassin's Creed eagle view, right? It had the special vision that allowed you to see something special in the dark. I'm glad we've moved past that, but every game for a while there had like your special eagle vision, right? Try out Ultra Kill. Yes, Ultra Kill is on my list of games to play. It is definitely on there for me to play someday. A lot of people have recommended that one to me, so maybe next paycheck I will finally get it. I don't know. There's a Beyblade game that I kind of want to get, so I kind of want to get the Beyblade game. I know how that sounds, but I kind of want to play Beyblades.
Gollum should know where the next target is.
There's only so much money in the world, unfortunately, and like I said, I'm really trying to save up for Italy, so trying to save as many pennies as
I
possible.
found another Uruk. He hasn't been.
Dex is here. Good morning, Dex.
Closer and closer.
How are you doing? Have we convinced you, Dex, to join a dating app? Have you thought any more about about my offers, my requests, my you know what? Let's call it what it is. My life coaching. Dex, I am your life coach. I am here to get it on track. Tofu's here. Good morning.
Orcs are coming. Hide.
I'm not hiding. We're taking on this patrol. Come on, we need to charge up the blade. There we go. Nice. Ad mortem. I don't know what that one means. Don't you dare. Don't you dare become your life coach. I saw your horrible take on Dragon Ball lore. It was truly horrible. The Dragon Ball fans... The Dragon Ball fans were truly upset at my horrible opinion. It truly was horrible. I stand by it though. I know people were trying to come in and tell me that Dragon Ball has some story to it and it's more than just fighting, but I don't see it. All I see is poorly drawn 1980s fights. Especially even Dragon Ball Super, like all they do is teleport behind each other and punch each other in the stomach. Like, I just don't get it.
Too many dirty orcs around.
It's one way to improve your viewership. So that's the thing though. So I'm not rage baiting for views, and people accuse me of that all the time. Like, oh, you don't really have that opinion. You're just saying that so people will get mad and view you. Like, no, I hold my terrible opinion. I stand by my rancid opinions. Like, I'm not going to cower behind, no, I'm just rage baiting. I'm just LOLing. No, this is truly how I think. I will not say things just to get views. You know, that is important to me, that everyone knows I'm not just rage baiting, that my terrible opinions truly are my own.
This isn't the right trail.
After Beyblade, can you do Ultra Kill? I will add Ultra Kill to the list. I'm pretty sure I can get it on sale. Ultra Kill is old enough I can probably find a sale by now, can't I? That's still it's not rage bait. There is a difference. And we've talked about this before, it's because the words have changed. Rage bait now means anything that makes people mad, but rage bait used to mean intentionally saying stupid or bad things just for views, and it frustrates me that the word has evolved. Because there's a difference in my mind still. It was made in 2002. Okay. Also, it's time for a sensible... It is time for a sensible would you rather. A realistic would you rather, because this is a real scenario I have faced. So, would you rather... Wait, we have to see. He has a fear of flies. Alright. Would you rather... You're on a road trip, and you're stopping and getting a soda from a restaurant, a drive-thru. And you know that you're paying too much for this soda, because soda is always overpriced, right? Like a liter of soda is realistically like 5 cents to produce. So you know you're paying too much. Would you rather that they fill the soda up so much that when you poke the straw through the hole, that it spills out because it's so full and you're getting more? Or would you rather they underfill your soda so you know you're getting ripped off, but it's not going to overflow when you put the straw in it? Which would you rather have? Because I think I would rather be ripped off and get less soda than I would having to poke the straw through it and then it just pours out of the top hole and you got to sop it up and it's a whole mess. It's so frustrating to me. I really think I would much rather get ripped off than have to deal with the mess of the extra soda. You would rather have the extra soda? I mean, I get it. I understand not wanting to get ripped off, right? Usually just go... Yeah, it goes on the lid, but it's so annoying when it goes on the lid, right? Check out the photo mode. That's a cool... That's a good shot right there, I think. Maybe? Give it a little roll for dramaticism. Just joined Nayar. Welcome in. How's it going? Let's hide... No, hide the flies. Is there a way? No, there's not. Okay. That's kind of cool as a stylized, like, in the smoke. I don't hate that. Let me grab my screenshotter really quick here. I'm the best. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you for your kindness. I'm just taking a quick snapshot here, and then we'll continue on. Oh, the colors got a little messed up on the snapshot, but that's okay. That's okay. We can fix that in post. Yes, I do agree with KFC. Please keep the swearing to a minimum. We try and keep it family friendly here and nice.
Let's hope his death has changed what Shelob saw from Sifil.
Sifil will go the way of all flesh.
As for my microwave, I do not know what brand of my microwave is. I got my microwave.
How much of your
I got my microwave as a part of senior graduation from high school. We did this thing where we had to go to like an all-night party because like the high school had this thing where it was like, we don't want kids to go drink and die after graduating, so we have this party that you're required to go to, but we'll give you gifts if you show up to the party. And I won a microwave. So I got some sort of cheap, weird microwave as a part of my graduation, and it's been in my family since 2009 when I graduated. So that little thing is a absolute trucker. I want to say like it's a Sunwave or something like that. But yeah, I've had that microwave forever. What motivated you to boot up Shadow of Mordor? I think it was Ben, one of my mods, was talking about how cool this game was, and I was like, you know what? This game is cool. It's been a while since I've played it, and we were talking about how cool the Nemesis system was, and then after like a couple days, I was like, you know what? Now that we were talking about it, I kind of want to go and play it again. So that's kind of how we ended up here, was that I wanted to play the game after we were talking about how cool the game was. Did you see Tofu? Did you see the new War Bond coming out for Helldivers though? I need to know what the spectrum is because I'm either a geek or a nerd, or I don't know which. So it used to be, and this has probably changed, but it used to be the difference was geeks were socially inept. They were the kind of people, like when you portray in 80s, 90s cartoons, like they have the underwear kind of sticking out with their name on the tag, and they're the kind of people who go up to women and be like, oh, you seem to be a member of the female species. Like that was the geeks. And the nerds were just the people who were lost in their own like Star Trek sci-fi world, but they had some social skills. That used to be the difference, was the difference between geeks and nerds. Geeks are nerds with no hobbies or fandoms. Hoglick. That dude's that's an unfortunate name. This guy's going around licking pigs. Let's put him out of his misery, huh?
I heard something over here.
I thought it was the opposite. It might have changed, you know. Words evolve and change over time, and it's been a long time since I've been in school. Interestingly, though, I've heard that like the way high schools were set up, the whole like cliques and all that like high school has really changed, and there's not as much like cliques and outcasts as there were back in my day. That kids are a lot more like accepting of people and a lot less cliquish. And I don't know if that's actually true or not, but I have heard that like the whole structure of high school has changed quite a lot since my days of being in high school. So that's kind of cool. I'm gonna go now. All right. See you next time, Tai. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good day. What game is this? This is Shadow of War. The Lord of the Rings game came out in 2017. I just said it before, I'll say it again. I'm fairly certain this game counts as top 5 best game of all time. Like, it is that good. I truly believe it deserves at least top 10, but I think top 5 might be more realistic, honestly. I ran out of elf shot. Helldivers 2 is currently on the afterburner. I'm digging into Valheim. Okay. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to get the new Helldivers Warbond right away or not. Simply because, like, I know people have been asking for stealth, and I'm happy that they're finally giving people stealth because they've been asking for it. I just don't see it being all that good or effective, like in any actuality. Like, Helldivers is not built for stealth, so I just don't see it really being that good of a time, you know? It might be the opposite. Last time I checked, geeks now mean people who are kids and really childish, weird stuff. Interesting. A couple friends of mine are playing together in each of their own worlds and hopping in each other's worlds. Valheim is a game that I've heard a lot about and heard that's really good. I just got really burnt out on, for a while there, you know, every game was a survival game. And I kind of got burnt out on the whole genre of, like, survival games for a while there. I played too many of them, so it might be time to give it a try. But it's been a while. Geek was someone who was into a specific thing and knew everything about it. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but as someone on the spectrum, that just sounds like autism. That doesn't sound like geek or nerd. That sounds like autism, because that's where I'm at. You know, you get that specific hyper focus, and you just know a whole lot about it, right?
Get you all tingly, don't they? Me too. Watch me do your crew. Give you something to think
All right,
about.
let's stab Prak in the back here.
Wife! Fancy joining these sharkheads, do ya? No problem. Enough sweet talk. Get him!
Oh. What? You guys are ganging up on me? I thought I was saving your life. Now you want to come fight me? What's up with that, dude? How rude. I interrupted your execution and now you're coming to make me regret it? Oh! Oh, he executed him! He stole my kill! Well, I guess, I mean, this guy has to suffer the consequences now. This guy stole my kill, so, he owes us a little bit of blood, so let's... I don't mean to be mean, you don't seem autistic at all. Just a random guy had a wonderful life. You know, I've never officially been tested, but you know, I feel the inklings are there. There are definitely some things like, you know, I really like my structures and schedules, and if they get interrupted, I have a real hard time with like changing plans. Like if Emmy and I make a plan, say, okay, we're gonna get up at 10 a.m. We're going to go get coffee, and then we're going to go to this location and this location and this location. You know, I've made that plan now, and I have a really hard time if that plan changes at all. So there are some things that make me wonder, like, yeah, this sounds a little bit, but you know, I don't know anything for certain.
And substitute feral cunning instead.
But here's the thing, is that if autism is a spectrum, like we say it is, then everyone exists on that spectrum, right? Like, that's how spectrums work. It's not possible to not be on the spectrum because the spectrum is supposed to encompass any and everything, right? So, using that logic, everyone should be on the spectrum in some way. It just might be that you're so far on one side of the spectrum that you end up being neurotypical, Whereas other people might, be just enough off that spectrum that people are like, hey, I wonder if, or a little bit different. So that's just kind of how spectrums work. All right, let's go do another mission. We've taken out a few captains. We've gotten some rare gear. Ooh, let's go throw this guy off a cliff. That's my favorite thing to do. I know it's mean of me, but my favorite thing is throwing these guys off of cliffs. Hello there.
What are you about?
Give you a quick shank and a little throw. You kind of look like Mr. Beast. You are not the first person to say that. I've probably had, I would say probably 5 or 10 people who've come through here randomly and say that I look like Mr. Beast. And I don't watch Mr. Beast at all, so I don't know really what he looks like or anything about him, but I know that he's rich, so I assume that he probably looks pretty good, so I will take it as a compliment. I'm just a classic game and science nerd then. We love classic games here. In fact, speaking of classic games and sort of on that topic, a local cafe said that they are looking for a dungeon master and board game master. So I reached out to them. I might have a small group of people to play D&D with here soon, and some people to do some board games with. And I'm very excited for that. I got a bunch of new board games recently because they were on sale, so I'm excited to get to try them out.
We should return to Shelob. She can help us.
We share an enemy in Sauron, but she is not our ally.
All right, let's do a little stab in here. My favorite classic game, though, it's really hard. Like, there are a lot of good old classic games. There's a lot of bad games. Like, don't get me wrong. Angry Video Game Nerd is not exaggerating. If you ever watch him, there are a lot of bad games on the NES library. But there's some good old games, and I want to say Bubble Bobble might be my favorite classic game. I love me some Bubble Bobble, but also Dig Dug, Burger Time. I really love some of those arcade games a whole lot. Huge fan of those ones. But Doom 1993 might just be the best game ever made. So maybe that one. You're the Mr. Beast of piosity and bad takes. I'll take that. I'd accept that.
In the city.
There are a few left, but we're hunting one in particular.
I would accept the title of Mr. Beast of bad opinions, because I have some real bad opinions. Okay, so we have taken down quite a few bodyguards here. So we need to hunt this bodyguard down so we can take down a war chief. All right, let's go take a war chief.
You sound like you've had some experience in this.
I've had enough.
As a kid, I had a lot of weird thoughts. I thought chicken was just meat in general. So when a friend said they were allergic to chicken, I thought they couldn't eat meat at all. Who's your favorite artist, or what's your favorite song if you don't have a favorite artist? Favorite musical artist? Oh man, that is tough. Is this your first time playing the game? No, this is not my first time playing the game. I've definitely played a lot of this game, but I just got a hankering for it again, so we had to come back and play it a whole lot.
This is from Minas Ithil.
Favorite artist? That is really tough and a really dangerous topic because Dex especially hates my musical opinions, so it might be Insane Clown Posse. I never get tired of hearing the Insane Clown Posse. I love me some Insane Clown Posse. However, recently the Thirsting has become one of my favorite artists. They have some great songs. Salve Regina is probably my most listened to song so far of this year. So I'm a big fan of that. Trying to... Oh, I thought I got that guy, but apparently not. But yeah, I would probably say Insane Clown Posse is probably my favorite. I also thought vintage meant stuff from Vietnam. I mean, it can, right? Like, you go through an antique store and you're gonna find some stuff made in Vietnam for sure. All right, let's get that stealth kill. Excellent. Focus. There we go. One time I saw a restaurant with my mom. I saw an African American guy in the stall next to me. At that point, I'd never seen a person that was so new and interesting. There is a whole like TikTok genre dedicated to children seeing African Americans for the first time, and it's definitely an embarrassing thing that happens. There's also a great I want to say it's who is that guy? He's in everything now. He's a comedian. He was in Parks and Rec. He has a really, really recognizable voice. Oh, what is it? It starts with an O. Really famous comedian. He does the bit in Parks and Rec about writing Star Wars, where it's like it pans in on the sand pit monster and Boba Fett crawls out and he talks for like 3 minutes on that. Well, who is that comedian? I know y'all know who I'm talking about. He's really famous. He was in My Little Pony. He was in... Pretty sure he was in Star Wars. I know he's in Parks and Rec. Oh, it's gonna kill me. What is his name? Okay, Google.
Spiders put their victims.
What comedians are in Parks and Rec?
Did you hear that?
See if Google can get my vague thought here. In your defense, I think every kid's a weird kid. I'm pretty sure all kids have at least one or two weird things that makes them weird.
The Ranger! Broke into Mordor. A wise move, but ultimately futile.
Let's see. Ben Schwartz. Patton Oswalt. That's who I was thinking of. Patton Oswalt does a great joke about where his kid loves The Lion King. So they watched a ton of The Lion King, and his kid loved Rafiki. And so when they ran into an African American person in the store, they were calling that person a monkey because they looked like Rafiki. And it is a great joke. So much secondhand embarrassment and cringe. Do you watch Stranger Things? I have not watched Stranger Things. Oh, I clicked the wrong button.
No matter how much time you spend with these
I watched like the first couple episodes because Emmy was trying to get me into it. I just didn't get into Stranger Things at all. I've also heard that it's not worth getting into now that the ending was so bad for it that there's no point in getting into it because they ruined it with the ending. I don't know if that's actually true or not. Yeah, you're not missing out because it ended. That's why I've heard that the ending is so bad it ruins like the whole show. I believe that is called pulling a Game of Thrones, because didn't that happen to Game of Thrones too? That it was just so bad that everyone basically threw Game of Thrones away because it was so terrible. Welcome to Derry. That's a good one. Here's the thing. All right, y'all have done it. Y'all have done it now. You're making me put on my bad opinion glasses. Y'all have activated the very, very terrible, terrible opinions. I despise Stephen King's work. I hate all of Stephen King's book. There's only one movie I've ever watched by the Stephen King that was good, and that was The Long Walk. I do not like Stephen King, like, at all. So I don't think I'm going to enjoy Welcome to Derry or any of those things, because it's all written by the same guy, and I just don't like Stephen King at all. Why? Okay.
I almost feel sorry for the war chief.
Why I don't like Stephen King is because of it. And maybe this is my fault. I will take full fault for this. I grew up with everyone saying Stephen King is like the master of horror. This guy writes the scariest horror. This guy knows horror inside and out. This guy is the scariest book you will ever read in your life. And so I'd never read or experienced Stephen King. And so when Emmy was like, hey, we need to watch the new It, I was like, okay, I will do it because I really like horror movies. I'm so ready to be scared. I'm so ready for the scariest movie of all time. So I went into it expecting Stephen King to be scary. And what I got was the scene where it opens up its mouth and swallows a kid whole in the most stupid comedy, over-the-top, ridiculous scene I'd ever seen in my life. And that's when I realized Stephen King wouldn't know horror if it bit him in the butt. He writes comedy, and that's why I don't like Stephen King, because he was built up as the best horror writer of all time, and then when I actually experienced his work, I was like, oh, this is a stupid over-the-top comedy. This has nothing to do with horror. And that is why I don't like Stephen King. That ruined Stephen King for me. And maybe that's my fault. Maybe I had it built up too much in my head, but that scene is burned into my mind. Like, oh, I'm going to be so scared. And then the clown just goes, hiya, Georgie! Blah! And it was just so stupid. It was so stupid. The true horror movies are out there about demonic possessions. So I don't like those movies. I will give any horror movie a try once. I love the horror genre. So I will try any horror movie once. But there's a lot of bad horror out there. And I count Stephen King in the bad horror genre. All right, where are we going to next? What are we doing next here? We need to unlock some fast travel points is what we need to do. We've got that one. Let's go unlock that one. Let's go to that eye. I think my favorite horror movie series is probably oh, I always get this wrong. I want to say Insidious. It's not Insidious. Sinister, the one with Bagul. The first Sinister movie was real good. Did you watch the It Chapter 1 and 2 and not the one from the... Yeah, it was the newer ones. I watched the new ones. But I did watch The Long Walk, and The Long Walk was a good... I did enjoy that movie. But the way I understand it is that The Long Walk was a very, very, very short novel. And and so they took a lot of liberty with it. I used to love learning Lord of the Rings lore. I think I should probably get back into this stuff. Lord of the Rings lore is there's a lot of lore and it is very good. Did you start watching the Fallout show? I have seen season 1 of the Fallout show. I have not watched season 2 yet. But I did like season 1. And then there is, in my state, someone opened up a Fallout-themed cafe called Vault 13 Espresso. So I was really hyped to go there because I enjoy Fallout. I was like, oh, this will be really cool. It'll be a Fallout-themed cafe. We'll have some Fallout-themed coffee, and it'll be a really cool experience. And I gotta say, I was super disappointed by the Fallout Cafe. Like, it's such a cool concept, but the experience was so wasted. Like, one, they only had, 4 drinks at a cafe. I ordered a cold brew, and it just came out of a jug. Like, if you're going to be a coffee house, at least make your own coffee, right? Like, that's at least half of it there. And I didn't realize when they meant they were a Fallout-themed cafe, they just put, some Fallout music on, and they put some, some Fallout artwork on the side of the walls, and that was kind of it. I was like, why aren't the employees dressed in like a Fallout uniform? Why isn't there, why isn't like when I walk in, why don't like radiation scanners go off because I was out in the wastelands? They could have done so much with it. Take it easy, Tofu. Thanks for hanging out. They could have done so much through it, and it just seems like they were just cashing in on the Fallout name, and they weren't actually like passionate about it. Do I like waffles? I do love waffles. We love waffles here. Let me put you on a show. It's called Supernatural. It's 15 seasons long. I enjoy Supernatural, but I stand by Supernatural should have ended at season 4. The first 4 seasons of Supernatural are great, and then it goes completely off the rails. They could have just ended at season 4, and I would have been happy with that. I notice you're a tough critic. I respect that, but at least you're honest. Yes, I am a very tough critic. I try and be honest in all my opinions, but I think as a whole, society overrates things, especially video games. So many video games are really just mid, but they're given like a 7 or 8 out of 10 because the gaming magazines are afraid to give anyone a low score. When I see a 7 or 8 out of 10, to me that means it's really like a 4 or 5, and they're just afraid to offend the game creators. As a whole, our games are overrated. We need to not be afraid to give games 4s and 5s out of 10 for being a mid experience again. We need to bring it back. But we wouldn't have seen Crowley. Yeah, I don't know. It felt like they went way off the rails. Like the first couple seasons of Supernatural, where it's really just about hunting supernatural creatures, are so good, and then they just made it like this high school drama, heaven and hell thing. And I preferred watching them hunt monsters. I just wanted them to hunt the monsters. Like the first episode to me is peak what Supernatural should have been, just hunting the monster of the week. Your 5-year-old daughter shows you her picture she draws. She's like, "Daddy, did you like it?" You're like, "Let me put on my shades first." Emmy and I have had conversations about this because as Catholics, we're not allowed to lie. So it's finding the right words. Am I going to tell her that, hey, this is the best drawing I've ever seen? I don't think so, because I can't lie, and it's probably not going to be the best drawing I've ever seen. But is it her best work yet? Possibly. Can I see the passion and love put into it? Possibly. So I think it's just choosing the right words. In the same way, like I am not a fan of like if we have a daughter, and we're both hoping that we have a daughter. So if I have a daughter,
Sheila observations will
I don't want to be the kind of dad who just tells her that she's the prettiest princess in the world, right? Like I want to compliment her on other things. She could be smart, she can be talented, she can be loving, she can be empathetic, she could be so many other things. I don't want to just train her like, hey, you have value because you're very pretty. I think a lot of people do a lot of harm to their kids by telling them that like, oh, you're so pretty, you're the prettiest girl ever, when there's so many other things to value besides being pretty. And there's nothing wrong with being pretty, but there's also more to a person than them being pretty, right? So that is something also we have talked at length about, is making sure that we choose our words carefully and we're not just complimenting her on being pretty. Love this game. Happy to see someone else playing it. I enjoy this game a lot too, and I'm having such a good time playing. Like this is the first time we've run into the Nemesis system this playthrough, right? We killed this guy with poison, and you can see he's come back. He cheated death, and now his face is melted from that poison. So like the Nemesis system is doing some work here. Oh, he's arrow proof too. Come on, stop dodging me. Fight me. Let's get us a good picture here. Let's see if we go here. Let's can Can we? Yeah, from the corner like this. It's too bad company made a pack so they can only use it. Well, actually, if Netflix acquires Warner Brothers, Netflix might own that patent, so we might see a change to that. A change might be coming to that here soon if Netflix acquires WB, so it might be unlocked here soon. Are you currently in a D&D campaign, or are you looking for a new one? I am not in any D&D campaign. I might be interested in a D&D campaign, but
you can't swat us all.
the problem is my schedule is all sorts of wonky. So the reason I'm not in a D&D campaign typically is because he cheated death again? What a jerk. Is because my schedule is all sorts of messed up. Because I wake up at 5 a.m. Pacific time, and I work until 6 p.m. Pacific time. So I don't have any time to play during the weekdays, and then on weekends I can only play like at 5 or 6 a.m. So it's really hard to find a D&D game with my really, really wonky hours, you know? Didn't Netflix try to work out a deal with Blockbuster back in the day? Yes, Blockbuster totally fumbled the bag. They had a chance to merge with Netflix. They didn't think streaming was going to be that big, so they just kind of kept on, and now Blockbuster is reduced to they literally have one store left in the world, and that one store left in the world is here where I live. We have visited the last Blockbuster on Earth. It is in my neck of the woods, so we get to go rent movies from Blockbuster still because I happen to live next to the last Blockbuster in the world. They're not alone in it, right? Like a lot of we're talking about the last Blockbuster in the world. There's a lot of companies. Radio Shack fumbled the bag super hard. Circuit City, Fry's Electronic.
She only shows you what she wants.
Tell me what you wish to say.
I don't know if I keep the economy thriving, but I try.
Still standing.
You know, I'm out here spending, though my spending is cut. I'm spending, well, I'm trying to spend no more frivolous money until we go to Italy, because we really, really want to go to Italy this year. Thanks for hanging out, Bryce. Have a great day. Enjoy work. We'll see you next time. We really, really, really want to go to Italy this year. But there are two photography things that just came out that I really, really want to play with. Number one is Insta360 just came out with a 360-degree drone that looks really cool. It films in 360 degrees everywhere you're flying, and that looks really, really cool, and I really, really want to play with it, but it's $2,000. And Fujifilm just released a new Instax Decades camera that allows you to film in 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and early 2000 camera style, and it looks so cool. And I know that it's just a gimmicky toy. I know it's a gimmicky toy, but I really want to play with it. But they're charging $400 for it, and that's really hard to justify spending $400 on a toy. You sound exactly like my mom. She's obsessed with Italy. We're in Canada, by the way. So the reason we want to go to Italy so bad is Emmy and I are Catholic, and it is a pilgrimage year, year of Jubilee for St. Francis of Assisi. So going to the Vatican, pilgrimaging to the Vatican, seeing the Pope is a really big deal in our religion. So going to Italy is at least a once-in-a-lifetime must for every Catholic who can. So that's why I talk so much about Italy, because I really, really want to go on a pilgrimage for my faith. I want to see the tomb of St. Peter. I want to see Pope Leo. I want to walk around the history of the faith and see the art in the Vatican and all that. but I also really want to play with that camera. If you're one of the newer people here, you may know it now because I've been talking about it a lot, but I am a wannabe professional photographer. So when it comes to cameras, I can never have enough cameras, and I love taking photos. That's why you see me playing with the photo mode in this game, because I love photography, and I even take that love of photography into video games. You keep bringing up Emmy. Emmy is my wife. That's why I keep bringing her up. She is my wife. She is my everything. All right, KFC, have a great day. Thanks for hanging out with us. Have a good sleep. I didn't know 10 out of 12 disciples were murdered in the Bible. There are a lot of martyrs of the faith. A lot of people who have died in the name of Jesus. There is a lot of them. Can I disable this alarm? I forget. Am I? No, I can't. Okay. I wish Emmy was here. If Emmy was here, she would be very, very upset to hear me talking about Stephen King in the way that I just did. She definitely is not a fan of my dislike of Stephen King. All right, we need to stealth kill some more archers here. There we go. That problem is solved. Let's go find some more problems to solve. I'd love to tell her about this nonsense. She is fully aware of the nonsense. So don't you worry. She is fully aware of it, and that is why she sleeps through the stream. Honestly, I'm Muslim. My respect for Christianity goes on forever. You guys are great. Some Christians are great. There are a lot of Christians, especially now with like the MAGA movement, who are showing their true colors. Christianity has its flawed and lost sheep, and we're seeing a lot of those guys right now. When I pray at night, it's all good. If I pray directly at God, right, that's how I've always done it. But other people tell me, no, pray to Jesus. Well, the good news is Jesus is God, so that is same. So, yes, you can pray directly to God the Father. You can pray directly to the Holy Spirit. You can pray directly to Jesus himself. You can also pray for intercession from the saints. That is a very Catholic thing to do as well. I don't count those as Christians. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. If people who didn't actually believe in Christianity weren't called Christians, Christianity would have much better branding. But also, if we didn't count bad Christians as Christians, we would only have like 20 people in the faith, right? Like there are more bad Christians than good Christians. That's just a fact. Like the latest Pew Research. Pew Research is a group who goes out and they do religious research. They go and see like what people are saying about their religion. Something like 80% of Catholics believe in birth control and don't believe in the holy presence in the Eucharist, the true presence. So like even Catholics aren't out here following the faith. So it's a real problem. And you're right, it is a problem with all religions. All religions struggle with it, but it is frustrating to see that there are so many Catholics who don't even know what they're supposed to believe. My grandma in Mexico, rest in paradise, she used to have like 20 candles for saints. She used to pray. I feel like I just pray to God. He's the main boss. That is perfectly fine. So the reason why we pray for intercession from the saints is, oh boy, I'm gonna be bad at this. This is something I as a Christian need to get better at. I'm really bad at quoting the Bible. But in the book of Luke, I want to say, I believe it's Luke, he talks about how the prayer of holy men is powerful. So the idea is we can pray to God, and that is a wonderful thing, and you should do that. But if our prayers are powerful and the prayers of the holy are more powerful, then how great and wonderful are the prayers of the saints, right? And we see this as a biblical example, right? The wedding of Cana. One of the very first prayers we see in the New Testament at the wedding of Cana is these people going not to Jesus, but to his mother. We're going to the Blessed Virgin Mary, right? And saying, Mary, make Jesus do this for us. We're telling your mom on you, right? And because of the intercession of Mary, because Mary comes to Jesus and says, help these people, Jesus starts his ministry. So there's nothing wrong with praying to God, praying to Jesus. But with the intercession of saints, we see how powerful it can be to pray for a holy person to petition on our behalf, right? So that is where that tradition comes from.
Now is the time to strike.
Whose sins were worse, David or Saul? You know, I don't think I'm in a position to call anyone's sins worse, you know? As a sinner myself, as someone who is flawed myself, I don't think I'm really in a position to call anyone's sins worse when I'm still working on myself, you know?
You must be the fool who killed my bodyguards.
I am the one who killed your bodyguard.
The blood of Manswine will flow into my belly today.
I like how there's just an orc on fire in the background, running around screaming during the cutscene.
Sticky paste. Oh, he's getting bored.
I think I want to buy Stellar Blade. Irina, welcome. No, don't buy Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade was truly an awful experience. I feel like Stellar Blade tried so hard just to cash in on, look, our game has a hot girl as the protagonist, so play our game, and there's no actual like game in there. It's just trying to cash in on the whole craze of, look, really hot girl, play our game. So I definitely do not recommend Stellar Blade. Sorry, I see some talk of Islam. I will respond to that in a second when I can. I'm in a tough fight here, so I can't quite read all of chat just yet. All right, these archers are getting to me.
You want to be Tinder? Stay away from the fire. Stay there. Darkness consumed.
Should I play Kingdom Come Deliverance? One second. I'll answer questions as soon as this fight's over. This fight's pretty intense. There we go. Kingdom Come Deliverance, if I'm an Ocarina of Time or Fallout fan. Well, I guess I should put on my terrible opinion glasses, because I truly believe Ocarina of Time is the most overrated game of all time. In fact, that is the next game we're playing. We are playing Ocarina of Time live on stream, so I can talk about how overrated it is and all the things that are wrong with it. So we'll be playing Ocarina of Time soon. I think maybe you'll enjoy Kingdom Come Deliverance. I did not enjoy Kingdom Come Deliverance, so me personally, I did not enjoy the game because while it is like a nitty-gritty experience that asks you to really have like the in-depth RPG experience, I felt that there were so many like menus and parts to the game that it just bogged it down. So I really didn't enjoy how slow paced it was. So if you enjoy slower paced, really like methodical historical games, you might like Kingdom Come Deliverance, but for me it was too slow for me to get into.
Or you. Sight may be what saves us all.
I heard about a game called Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. I've never heard of it. You're right. It's just I grew up in late 90s. It's purely nostalgic. Okay, that is exactly the point, Indy. That is what I try and convince people of. You don't actually like Ocarina of Time. You have nostalgia for playing it, but it's not that great of a game. Like, the open world is tiny and empty. The controls are terrible. The puzzles are beyond basic. Like, it's not actually a good game. I understand nostalgia for it, and I totally get that, right? You're being 10 years old again, chugging Mountain Dew, eating Pizza Hut pizza while playing your new Zelda game on your N64. It's a great time to go back to, especially when we're dealing with all the stuff we're dealing with in the world right now. But it doesn't make it a good game, right? Like, I think if more people could acknowledge that, we could get past people glazing Ocarina of Time as the best game ever made. When clearly, Doom 1993 is the best game ever made. Dude, I'm just trying to heal, bro. Okay, these guys won't let me heal. They rushed them to finish it. I think the game is fun. I love the soundtrack. Yes, the soundtrack. I will always be the first to bring that up. Yes, the soundtrack in Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, but really any Legend of Zelda is definitely A+. There is a great soundtrack there. No hate there. The soundtrack is amazing. As a person who grew up in the late 2000s, some of the new games are better than our games. 100%. We are 100% blinded by nostalgia. That is true. There still are some good games out there. Not saying that all the old games are bad, but there's definitely a lot of nostalgia for old games that aren't as good as maybe if we were honest with ourselves, you know? Too bad they didn't make the N64 disk drive extension. Also, since we're talking about overrated games, Final Fantasy VII is way overhyped. I think Final Fantasy VIII is superior to Final Fantasy VII in basically every way. Final Fantasy VII gets way too much love. Alright, how shall we defeat this guy? Let's set him on fire. Let's do a little elven rage here. Let's thin the herds.
Ranger! Come in! Come in! We've been waiting for the main course.
Ooh, that guy's got some scary eyes. Y'all see that? That guy's got some real scary eyes.
Not a chance! He's gonna burn you alive!
Oh, he mad. Oh, he big mad. All right, come over here. Come on. Let's lure him by the barrels here. Come on. A little bit closer. A little bit closer. Yeah. Oh, he's mad by mortal wounds. He's mad by execution. He's mad by mortal wounds. What doesn't make this guy mad? Got him. What helps the new console CPUs, GPUs, put any old game on them, you get the best game in history. That's why I know people hate these remakes, but there's a lot of big rumors that we're gonna be getting a Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas remake remaster next month. And like, honestly, what could be better than taking a good old game and putting it on modern hardware with modern quality of life? Like, I can't think of anything better than that. So, yes, please give us that. I'm so hyped for a Fallout remaster. Oh,
You die on behalf of my blood.
I'm getting revenged here. This is
And that's what I want.
getting sticky. Oh, Okay. We need to rethink this. Let's get up here. Let's rethink this fight a little bit. Boom! Knock him down. Okay. We're back to a one-on-one. We can do this. That guy's got a hatchet in his head. All right. You want some more? I'll give you some more. There. Come back from that. Let's see you come back from that, Undying. All right. Now this guy with his little blood brother feud.
Don't disappoint me now. Clumsy out.
Another one?
There's one thing you need to know about me, Talk.
They
Is that I am the greatest with more
they really hate me.
ever seen.
They really hate me a lot.
Two things is that I'm gonna kill you. That plus the first bit about the wit makes two.
All right, we need to. Let's see here. Okay, let's Oh, he's immune to fire. Okay, that's not good.
Have to block faster than that.
Oh, and he's raising low. Okay, we're in some real trouble here. Wait, we need to take out this archer up here. He's breaking my flow. Okay, you stop breaking these archers, man. Come here. Okay. Let's heal up. Let's break their flow up. Now, where is this guy at? There he is.
Over there, a ranger.
Let's see. What can we use to fight these guys? See, I'm looking for poison. The guy's fireproof, so we need like poison barrels. We need flies. We need something here. There we go. Okay. Okay, there's more people. Let's see. Anything explosive over there? No. Okay. We're looking for flies. We're looking for poison. We're looking for something. Oh, here we go. We'll poison this grog. There we go. Okay, so that guy is fireproof, but let's see him be poison-proof. Okay. That worked.
It was funny at first. Now it's fine.
Okay, that guy's trying to retreat. A shot in the back. Coward. Take that. Okay. We solved that problem.
In battle. Their fury is palpable, yet it can be twisted.
Now this guy. All right, that was a 4 versus 1 with bosses, but we made it out of that one alive. I don't really know how, but we did it. So we just took a huge blow to Sour Man's army. Let's take a look at this. We just ooh, Epic orcs are tougher, and legendary orcs yield legendary tribes. Okay. Oh, this is the guy that we've killed twice now, and he keeps coming back. So he's got mighty warriors with him. He's got thick skin for greatly increased health, a poisoned weapon, and he leads an extra large gang of warriors. What's he weak towards? He's weakened by Karagor attacks, poison, and executions. And fire. Okay. We might have to go take this guy down. We've tried to kill him twice, and he's come back. We got that guy, we got that guy, we got that guy, and we got that guy. So let's go hunt this guy down. This is the last thing we're gonna do, right? It's about time for me to finish up for the day. So let's go hunt this guy down really quick as our last thing of the day. Let's go hunt down our legendary target and try and get a legendary piece of gear. He's survived death twice. He won't be lucky a third time. But we're going to need to use our smarts for this guy because he's got... he's got a brutal band of warrior, a lot of health, so we're going to try and poison him, I think. I'm not back tomorrow, no. I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 5 a.m. Pacific time to 6:30 a.m. Pacific time. So I'll be back on Friday morning. And I'm thinking about adding in a Saturday morning Dungeons and Dragons game eventually, but I have not gotten that far yet. Just beat this guy with a hammer, you know, casually. I do like the camera zoom. All right, dude, you hurt me, so now you've got to heal me. That's the rules. I'm gonna pop your head. Give me some health. All right, we'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging out. Okay. All right, Nayar. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.
Yes, my pretties. I hear your buzzing.
Okay, so this guy is nowhere near anything usable. I don't even have any arrows. This is going to be a tough one.
The ceaseless buzz.
So let's kill his mighty warriors. Let's do that. Let's take out his extras first. Just so we don't have any interruptions.
They infest, and once they're in, they lay their little eggs, and never again.
Oh, okay, you'll be here on Friday? Excellent.
Still, you will know their churning boil.
Okay, so that guy's mad at me because I killed him with a bunch of bugs, and apparently they laid eggs in his head now. Which, honestly, fair. I can see why he's a little upset about that. I can understand why he's a little salty about me causing that to happen to him. Okay, got an execution off on him. We still got a little bit more to go. All right, we're about 1/4 of the way left. Oh, he's adapted. Now he's immune to my stuns? This dude. Too smart to be an orc. We definitely need to put him down.
You miss me?
Alright, you're too smart for your own good.
More will come for you. They will buzz inside your head forever.
Alright. Cleaved in two. Let's see you come back from that. And he gave me a legendary sword. Or a legendary dagger. The Darkest Dagger. Recruit an orc from the Dark Tribe that is level 20 or higher. And... critical hit damage and increases poison damage. And if I get a whole bonus or set, I get all attacks have a 15% chance to inflict an explosive poison and gain 1 might. Okay. Pretty cool dagger. Imagine he comes back to the mechanical body or legs. It is definitely possible he will come back with mechanical legs. I don't think that's the last we're going to see of that guy. I definitely think he will be back once or twice. That is not the end of that guy. What game do you recommend that's like Diablo, Skyrim, or Oblivion? Oh boy. If you like Diablo and haven't tried it, Path of Exile and Path of Exile 2 is like the main competitor to Diablo. So if you haven't tried those, you should. If you haven't played the original Diablo and you like Diablo like 2 and 3, it's definitely worth going back and trying Diablo 1. Diablo 1 is a fantastic playthrough. Even though it's dated now, it's still a good playthrough. As for like Skyrim or Oblivion, I'm going to give a strange recommendation here. It got some bad reviews, but I personally enjoyed it, and that was Star Wars Outlaw. It's been recently coming out again, and people have been talking about Star Wars Outlaw. Was a lot of fun to play through. And it's got like the open world feel, it's got a lot of quests, it's got some gearing up, so if you like those style of games, I think you might enjoy Star Wars Outlaw. Give that one a try. Alright, this war chief is setting a trap for me, so let's learn about Ashgarn the Knife. He's afraid of being pinned and he's afraid of spiders. Okay. Interesting. Thanks for the info. Goodbye. Also a little bit older, but it recently got a remaster. Kingdoms of Amalur. Kingdoms of Amalur was underrated back in the day, and I think that you can get it on sale currently. And Kingdoms of Amalur is a pretty darn solid RPG game. If you haven't played that one, it's super long, it's super in-depth, it's got some good combat. I think Kingdoms of Amalur probably would be another solid recommendation. I remember Diablo 1 with the Bastard Sword and Deckard Cain. Exactly, yeah. Diablo 1. Diablo 2 is still the best. If you haven't played Diablo 2, Diablo 2 is obviously the best of all of them. I like Diablo 3. I personally didn't like Diablo 4, but they did just release the Crusader, so I'm going to be playing Diablo 4 again to try out the Crusader here soon once I can buy the expansion. So I will be playing that one again. So if you're on the fence about Diablo, I will be playing Diablo live at some point to check out the new Crusader Paladin class. So pop goes the weasel. Alright, there goes his head. We need to learn to dominate captains. We still haven't learned that skill. Let's learn. We can learn to throw some daggers. Yeah, we should learn quick throwing daggers. That's important to know. Know how to quick throw daggers and a ground finisher. Yes. Jonathan's here. Welcome back. We were talking about Diablo and Diablo-like games and Oblivion or Skyrim-like games. So recommendations for games that are like Oblivion or like Diablo. Talking about Path of Exile, Diablo 1, Star Wars Outlaw, Kingdoms of Amular.
Oh, how they love the darkness. Soon they will drown in my light.
Ooh, who is that? Booble the Poisoner, who's immune to poison. All right. Too bad you're not immune to a knife in the neck, huh? That would probably be more useful than being immune to poison, wouldn't it? I do like his name. Booble the Poisoner.
Not a severed limb, just the tiniest caress.
Oh, I had an execution all ready for him. Bummer. I tried Star Wars Outlaw since it was on Game Pass. I couldn't get through the slog of the first mission. The leading up to it is a little rough. I do agree with that. And I think a lot of games honestly have that problem. This is something I talk about ad nauseum probably about modern day games. And that is too many games expect you to play through like a 2-hour like boring story mission or watch 45 minutes of cutscenes before you can even play the game. And here's the thing is like, if you don't give me a reason to be invested and hooked into your game in the first 5 minutes, I'm not going to sit through 2 hours of boring missions and slogs just for a payoff. Like, it's not going to happen. Like, the game needs to let me play the game within the first 10 minutes and hook me in, and then maybe I will give it a shot. But like, I cannot stand in modern games when it makes you watch 3 hours of story and then do a boring guided mission for 3 hours and then a 10-hour tutorial and then finally you can play the game. No, just let me play the darn game right away. You know? So frustrating. What do you work as? I unfortunately cannot talk much about my job. Spidey is here. Welcome back, Spidey. Because of a lot of different things that could endanger my job. So I can't talk much about what I do. I can say generally I'm involved in investigations. That is my main profession, is investigating things. All right, let's see if we can find out about this guy's bodyguard. Okay, this guy is probably his bodyguard, I'm guessing. He's flammable, could be instantly killed with fire. Okay, well, I know what we're doing with that guy. That's okay. I know you joined late, Spidey. Unfortunately, you joined just as I was about ready to finish up, though. So you don't get very much waffles today, because unfortunately, I gotta go get started on my chores and day jobs. So unfortunately, you missed the meat and potatoes of it, but you can at least end with the prayer with me. As always, let's end with our prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Lord, thank you for this blessed day, and thank you for all that you do for us. Today, we continue to pray for the child who will be undergoing surgery here soon, life-saving surgery. The doctors don't have a positive outlook at this point, but we pray for that child to have the strength to go through this difficult time, and for the family who is enduring one of the hardest and worst moments of their entire life. Lord, be with them and guide them through this difficult time. We pray for all those who are hungry, all those who are thirsty, all those who don't have enough. Lord, help us, their brothers and sisters in Christ, to recognize the needs in our community and be generous with what we have, to give more food, more money, more water, whatever it may be, to build up our communities. We pray for peace as the world descends into war, as there are more and more deaths during riots and protests. Lord, help to bring about peace and bring about meaningful change that makes the world better for everyone. We pray for the Pope and his intentions. May his will be your will, and may that will be done on earth. And finally, we pray for those souls in purgatory, those souls who have been forgotten, those souls who have no one left to pray for them. Lord, help them. All this we pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. All right, everyone, let me turn down the music for a second here. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. Do you have a Discord server? I do not. I did have a Discord server. Due to some events, I thought it was best if I closed that down. So no Discord server, but you can always hang out here and chat. And of course, I do post regularly on YouTube, so we can always interact there. But no Discord right now. You lost 0.5 kg. Way to go. Congratulations. We're all on that weight loss journey. Thank you, everyone, so much for hanging out with me this morning. I truly appreciate it. It is always a pleasure to chat with you all. I will be back at it on Friday morning, so I'll see you all Friday morning, bright and early. Have a blessed day.